All right, we're recording. So why did you decide to make this project since it's dealing with a more explicit situation than previous films?
Yeah, well, Believe Me is it's just a really fun story. I'd made 2 documentaries before this with a couple buddies of mine, and narrative features was always something we wanted to do. So this story was kind of a product of the time we spent touring our other films, which happened to be, about Jesus. So you spend that much time in a culture and you seem to know a lot about it. So we felt like we were qualified to take this next step.
Right, fantastic. Yeah. How did you prepare, or how long did you prepare before shooting for this project?
We prepared for about, we had written it, we started writing it in 2010.
Okay.
Which was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then we spent about 6 months raising the money.
Okay.
And then another 6 just in pre-production, getting ready for it. We shot the whole movie in 19 days.
Okay.
So it was a really fast shoot.
Yeah.
And then about 6 more months editing.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. And where was it shot predominantly?
It was filmed all in Austin.
Okay.
We filmed one scene with Nick Offerman, who plays Sean, an academic advisor.
Okay.
In the movie. We shot that out in LA.
Okay.
So yeah,
great.
but everything else is in Austin.
Awesome. And were there any funny things that happened on the set?
Plenty of funny things happened on set. Anytime you've got a cast that's in their late 20s, and the producers and director and myself are all in their late 20s.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of fun, man. We had a great time shooting. Especially, we had about 1 week where we were shooting all at night. So it was from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And so things just get silly at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, one particular thing, we were in Georgetown, and we had this AC unit over by town hall that kept going off, and we had to shoot in between the windows of when it would turn on and turn off, and so it was just wild.
That's funny as heck. How many people did you audition, and how long was the casting process?
Casting process was about 2 months. We casted, we did auditions in Austin, and then we weren't really seeing exactly what we were looking for, so we went to LA.
Okay.
And we casted out there for about a week before we found what we were looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Great. Why did you choose the main 4 actors?
Because they crushed their auditions.
Okay.
Alex Russell, we knew we wanted to play the lead.
Okay.
So we went after him pretty early. And then Max Adler from Glee does a fantastic job. He came in and auditioned and just looked and resonated the exact part that we'd written, which was great. Sinqua Walls, who plays the role of Tyler, wasn't anything like what we thought we were going to cast for the role. But he just came in and just brought this really endearing quality to the character that we loved. And then Miles Fisher, who plays the 4th guy, is just so darn funny. You'll see it in the movie. He's hysterical. So
that's really good.
He's an easy sell.
Do you think you would go more into features or narrative features now?
We want to stick with narrative features for a while. Yeah, we had a great time doing the documentaries, but we like being behind the camera much more than we like being in front of it.
Sure, absolutely. And were there any points where in the writing process where you just got stuck?
Just got stuck, yeah. The ending was pretty tough for us to conclude. You'll see it's a pretty dangerous ending. And so, but we're really excited about it. And I think one thing we had to do with this movie was be brave enough as Christians to write characters that weren't.
Right.
And then also be brave enough to write characters that were Christians.
Right.
So it's a fun mix of characters in the movie.
Right, yeah. I mean, personally as a Christian, as high school when I saw you first, I wasn't really living out my Christian life, and now, I've been in a Bible study over at Chase Oaks for college-age students, and I've really realized the Christian life and what that actually entails. Making a movie like this is just making it about non-Christians is, it's obviously tough, but you have to be true.
Yeah.
Obviously to the situation,
Absolutely,
what was going on.
Absolutely.
How long was the average day of shooting?
8 hours. Okay. 8 to 12. 8 to 12.
8 to 12?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. How did you gain Glasgow Films, and did you have to pitch with them?
Yeah, so Leco Films. Leco Films is headed up by Gary Cogill and Richard Toussaint.
Okay.
And I had gone to school with Corinne Cogill, Gary's daughter. So I had been friends with her and I met him. And so when we finished our documentaries, we sent them along to Gary. And Gary reviewed them, really enjoyed them. And so when we had this script for this movie, we pitched it to him and his company, and they just loved it. They got on board really quick and wanted to be a part of it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. if it's not too personal, what was the budget around?
Just under $2 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. And how did Lecrae come into the picture? He's my favorite rapper of all time.
Nice, man.
Literally.
Yeah. Well, he has a really interesting role in this movie, and we sent him the script, and we showed him his role, and he hated it for a really particular reason. But once we told him to read the whole script, he realized what was going on and loved it. So he plays a character in our movie where it's kind of a spoof on Christian movies. So it's really melodramatic, and it's a really funny character. So, but once he got the context of the whole, he was on board.
That's great.
And so we reached out to him, and he loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Absolutely, dude.
It.
Absolutely, man. I'm really glad you'd seen Beware of Christians too.
Yeah, I was. Do you remember going to Chase Oaks Church?
Where was that? Is it here in Dallas?
That's in Plano.
Oh,
yeah,
Plano.
It's a massive church.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you maybe don't remember it, but yeah, it was
actually. I think I do. I mean, we didn't do very many shows in Plano, so if it's the one I'm thinking of, then yeah.
Yeah,
that's
great.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Man. Thanks for the interview.
Thank you.